Good evening and welcome to Putnam County Sports Talk. We are your hosts. I'm Jared Jernigan,
Kane Gardner.
and we are here to talk, once again, talk Putnam County sports for the week. Kane, first of all, this weekend we have some all in-county matchups here in WCC games
Yes, we do.
on the boys and girls side. So first we have the girls. We have Cloverdale with a 1-17 record, visiting South Putnam, who has a 1-15 record, and actually their lone win of the season was against Cloverdale, the county tournament. But the Clovers got their first win of the year last week, so you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, congratulations needs to go out to the Clovers. They played a very, very good game against North Putnam on Friday. I was in sick, as you can probably tell with the show last week. Had a little bit of a head cold, so I didn't make it out to any games on Friday. But I was able to listen to the Cloverdale game, and it was a really good game. It was North Putnam was able to close it late and stay right with them, but Cloverdale was able to, knock down their free throws and do what they needed to do to get the win, and it was good. Paige Gruner had 16 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and 8 steals.
Wow.
And Rusty Skiles had 19 points. So it was a good effort all the way around for them to get the win. So South Putnam, like you said, they're still looking for that second win. They got it, their first against Cloverdale, so it'll be a good matchup. Cloverdale's coming off of a win, their first win of the year, obviously, and then just to see how that matchup shakes out this week, it'll be a good game to watch, I think.
Okay. And then across the county, we have Greencastle sitting at 11-7 at week's beginning, taking on North Putnam, who's sitting at 3-14, and here we have a couple teams I think kind of getting, really looking to right the ship. I mean, North Putnam I know is on a long losing streak, and then Greencastle, at 11-7, they don't have a bad record, but lost a couple last weekend, and I know that's kind of tough being on that losing streak.
Yeah, they going against Cascade and Turkey Run. I've been hearing some, good things about both teams, but some really good things about Turkey Run. So. Yeah, it's 2 losses, and it's you don't really want to get those, but it's nice to get those losses out of the way before you enter tournament time. Get that out of your team system before they get there. So, definitely I think that Greencastle will be coming into Friday's game, looking to get that win and get back on track, because there's only 1 or 2 more games after Friday night before the tournament begins. So that'll be. That's pretty key to get a couple wins under your belt right before the tournament begins. So,
and that is a good Turkey Run team they lost to. It's actually a team that recently beat Seeger, which is a school that produces some fine women's basketball players and some fine journalists. So,
so we're told. So,
yeah.
But the actual tournament draw for the tournament this weekend will be Sunday. I'm not sure of time yet, but it will be carried on WTTV4, 94.3 here locally on the radio station, or it'll be streamed live at livestream.com/IHSAA. So if you go to the IHSAA website, you should be able to get the time on that. I didn't get a time, so.
Okay. And then on the boys' side, these games will immediately follow the girls. We have the same set of inter-county matchups. We have a 7-7 Cloverdale team hosting or visiting an 0-13 South Putnam team, and obviously South Putnam still looking for that elusive first win. And Pat Rady's Clovers look to be kind of heading in the direction you would like at this time of year.
Yeah, they were able to round off a weekend where the Clovers, a Friday where the Clovers were able to win both homecoming games. And even their record at 7-7, so definitely going to be a big boost for them. South Putnam is continuing to make strides, so I think it's just one of those kind of scenarios where are they going to hit at the right time to be able to get that win right before the tournament begins. So I think that they are doing the things that they need to do, because if you look at the scores and look at how they're playing, I think the South is definitely on the right track. It's just, it's one of those things, to get that first one sometimes is the hardest.
Well, certainly.
And so, it's going to be equally as tough against a, Cloverdale squad that's probably got a lot of confidence coming out of last weekend.
And then once again across the county, we have an 8-4 Greencastle squad visiting a 5-8 North Putnam squad in a rematch of the Putnam County Classic title game.
Yep. Yeah, and I think this is going to be another, because that game was a very good game, and I think that this is going to be another very hard fought game. North Putnam is, it's getting its wins. It's still kind of hovering around that 500. I mean, they are 5-8, but I think that they need to. They're wanting the win.
Mm-hmm.
They're wanting that win so bad, and Greencastle sitting at 8-4. They've had a good season going so far, getting great performances out of a couple key guys, and like last week, it was Hayden Stuckwich that came up. 26 points, and really led the team and got a really nice win over Cascade. So I think that this game is going to be a very because both teams like to move, so I think it's going to be a very up-tempo game. So it's going to be definitely a fun game to watch. So,
well, and seeing Stuckwish get those points, I think that's pretty big for that team. I mean,
yeah.
I think game in, game out, Nick Hutchison's going to get his points. He's going to get his rebounds. Who else is going to step up? It's Tyler Lewis a lot of times. Now we see Stuckwish, and it's kind of fun to see a team like that. Where else is it going to come from?
Well, and Hayden can knock down the shots. I mean, you watch him during warm-ups, and even when he comes in, it might be just a fraction of an inch off, and that any time that having that kind of a threat back there, could lead to some really good things, and obviously against Cascade it did.
Mm-hmm. And then on Saturday we will round out the weekend's action with Greencastle this is on the boys' side, both Greencastle taking on a 9-4 Tri-West team, and then South Putnam taking on a 5-7 Riverton Park squad. And then also at bannergraphic.com, you can view some of our couple of live stream events. We will have on Friday the North Putnam versus Greencastle boys game at 7:30 p.m. and that Greencastle Tri-West game at 7:30 p.m. Saturday. So, if you can't make it out to any of the games, be sure to tune in. You can still keep up with your sports action here in Putnam County. And then also this weekend, pretty big time of year for our local wrestlers. Obviously, we have 4 different squads that'll be in action visiting the sectional at Avon. So, what can you tell us we should look for going into that game?
Well, last year we had 12 wrestlers get out and make it to the Mooresville Regional. So I'm honestly expecting, kind of the same outcome, because we've got a lot of good wrestling across the board this year, and Greencastle's coming off the big conference win, and it's just we got a lot. Like I said before, we have a lot of good wrestlers across the weight classes. They're not bunched up from. A lot of times, like I said, 152 to 189 usually is where a lot of good wrestling is. Mm-hmm. In Putnam County, we have good wrestling across the board. I mean, we saw that in conference. So, I mean, we had multiple winners, from, 103 all the way up, So, it will be – I think we'll see a lot of guys get out to Mooresville. And then you get to go down there and you get to go to that – with sectional, you get to go to that next level. Mooresville's, a whole nother level, So we have some key guys I think that, will be making a run towards, semi-state, possibly state. So, and it all starts Saturday up at Avon. So it'll, these guys, it's time to go, and this is what they've been building for, and it's arrived. So, and then, last year, Greencastle was 5th overall. So, we'll see how it shakes out. Yeah. So, and then moving on also to pro sports, Super Bowl, Green Bay and the Steelers. So, last week we were both 1-1, and this week we got the Pro Bowl. So, we're going to make it quick. We're running out of time. So, we're going to do our Super Bowl picks this week. We're not going to wait. I'm going Green Bay. I can't go beyond Green Bay. I mean, my dad's a Steelers fan, so it might be a kind of a quiet, visiting for the next couple weeks. But I'm definitely going Green Bay.
Well, and I've got to say, I'm in a weird situation. Green Bay is my favorite team, for a long time. But when I was in college, I had a good buddy from Pittsburgh who was a Steelers fan, and at that time, I kind of took to them as well. Mm-hmm. I don't claim them as a favorite team, but I like watching them play. But ultimately, when it comes down to my pick, I'll probably be uninformed, just like I have been all along, because last year going into the playoffs, I was so sure that Green Bay was going to beat Arizona, and I thought, no doubt they were going to win. And then, of course, a heartbreaking loss in overtime. So I said this year, picking against them in the playoffs all the way. So
Okay.
I am 0-3 in their games, and they are 3-0. So just in the interest of my boys bringing home the Lombardi Trophy to where it belongs,
Yep.
I'm picking the Pittsburgh Steelers.
All right. Sounds good.
So I guess that takes care of all the time we have. My apologies, we didn't pick the Pro Bowl for all of you
Yeah.
huge Pro Bowl fans out
Yeah.
there. But I would like to point out that I think over the last few weeks, we've probably established who currently the best two quarterbacks in the league are, and they are matching up, and neither one of them were selected to the Pro Bowl. So I think might want to rethink our voting next year, voters.
Yep.
So that's, like I say, that's all the time we have. I am Jared Jernigan.
Kane Gardner.
See you next week.